Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
On one, ready?
11-90.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, right back to Hines. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. It's in a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch them?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, well, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Panthers at 72 here on the year, and they were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss, and they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
This is Hines, and that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Burrow will throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked into this one.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's second down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Herbert on first down now. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Herbert off of play action. Buying time to his left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw. And in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Nyheim Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here we go. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and play. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 66 yards.
And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Sly set to boot it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. It's Herbert. Throwing deep for Stewart. And this one is incomplete.
After the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle to block as the defense just did there?
Sure. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Herbert throwing again.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
This is caught. Touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And it's only November, but he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's complete to Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Cook will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Collectively, great defense. It takes all 11, especially down here toward the goal line.
The call comes in, and the call essentially says all 11 have to make a play here. You have to show toughness. We just saw it there.
Here we go. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. 3rd and goal, Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can just looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Here we go. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this is caught by Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Burrow on play action. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Gun. Got. 11, Thomas.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Dalvin Cook with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good,
and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first.
And trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Jamar Chase,
35 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Herbert now. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On second down, it's Hines, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The kick by Bass is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Herbert. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on.
Slide for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Slot man moves right. After the sack on first down, Herbert. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got a man complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11 empty tank. 11 empty tank. 11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, you know, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
They go play action with Burrow.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Again, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a...
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
and the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and Herbert has it knocked free.
And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Dalvin Cook
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Buccaneers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get...
He's got a man complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Christian Harris able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Herbert. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. Touchdown, Panthers. From 21 yards away.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? In motion comes the tight end left. Burrow on 3rd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To the air again, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. They start the drive with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable